There are four basic elements used to produce brush paintings. They are brush, ink, inkstone, and paper. Brush. Though similar to the brush used for watercolors painting in the West, the Chinese brush has a finer tip suitable for dealing with a wide range of subjects and for producing the variation in line required by different styles. Since the material uses for calligraphy and paintings are essentially the same, developments in calligraphy style and techniques can also be used in painting. Chinese brushes are made using hair of animals, sheep, wolf, rabbit, etc. The kind of hairs used is selected by the artist and is a function of his artistic intentions. The brush handle is commonly made from bamboo, also with a variety of other materials, including ivory, jade, tortoiseshell, lacquer, and porcelain. Brush techniques so much emphasized in Chinese painting include not only line drawings, but also a styled expression of shades and texture, Chinese kunfa, and dotting method, dianfa, used mainly to differentiate trees and plants, as well as simple embellishment. Brush strokes give the painting rhythm and beauty, and describe the subject outward and inner qualities. At the same time, they reveal the individuality and style of the painter himself. Ink. Made from a mixture of pine soot and glue. Because the ink is prepared with a fixative, it sticks quickly and permanently once that is applied to painting material, so it will be unfixable, but it is preserved and color fast. When the ink cake is grounded on the painter's ink stone with fresh water, it will result in different consistencies depending on the amount of water used. The result can be identified by the artist as having 5 values: burnt, thick, heavy, pale, and clear. However, these days most artists use liquid ink instead of ink cake. Inkstone. It has various shapes, round, triangle, oval, etc., depending on the preferences of the artist. Set stones becomes a most precious possession. It is definitively a treasure for the artist as part of his own individuality. Inkstones are generally black or dark in color as to not draw eye attention. Their beauty oftentimes is not so much in how they look, but in how they work together with the ink, the paper, and the brush in order to achieve a particular color or texture. However, for those fortunate enough to have learned to master the brush, ink, inkstone, and paper, they are defined as the 4 precious things on the library. An inkstone becomes a passion, a treasure. Holding an antique inkstone, it is hard not to feel the power emanated from the previous painter or scholar who possessed this stone. For this reason, ink stones are collected and treasured by Chinese and foreigners. Prices vary a big deal and are often based on stories as to prior owners, which are difficult, if not impossible, to verify. Paper. The original paper, developed around 100 AD, was made from many different materials, including pulp, fibers, and bark. The paper can be very absorbent and will define the amount of ink needed for a given size of paper and how deep is the strokes that will impress upon it. Different papers produce different results. Some papers are rough and absorb ink quickly, like in a sponge. Others papers have a smooth surface resisting ink. Chinese paper is usually known in the West as a rice paper. Before painting on silk, the silk should be treated with alum and glue. This method makes silk less absorbent than paper. Brush stroke is best shown on paper. Then, for this reason, and for the availability of paper having a variety of textures and finish, paper quickly becomes the element favored by artists and calligraphers. Now you have general information about Chinese brush painting and the material used. Let's try to make our own brush painting. I'm going to teach how to do it step by step.